Turning now to the new developments in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. The GBI arresting and charging the man accused of filming the deadly shooting with felony murder. Nick Sturdivant live outside the GBI headquarters with the latest. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Christy. As you mentioned yesterday evening, GBI arrested William Roddie Bryan, the man who recorded the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. And it was around the time they searched his home in Brunswick. The GBI tells us that they charged him with felony murder and false imprisonment. Bryan's arrest comes 2 weeks after the arrest of Gregory and Travis McMichael. Bryan's attorney says he was just a witness and showed police his video immediately. 3 days ago, Bryan's attorney even said his client took a lie detector test to clear his name. We spoke with Lee Merritt, one of the attorneys for the Arbery family. Listen in on what he had to say.
Well, obviously, we want to see the arrest lead to a formal indictment, then a vigorous prosecution and conviction. But there are other people that we believe were involved. We spoke with the DOJ earlier today about their investigation into the corruption that that delayed these arrests in the first place.
And later this morning at 9 a.m., the GBI will hold a press conference here at headquarters.